Welcome to my YouTube channel, Computers, Applications, Family, and More. In this video slideshow, I will be discussing Facebook business page updates that seem to be going on quite frequently now. It's kind of hard to even keep up with things. But anyways, this isn't a very long presentation, but let's go over some of the things that I see have been changes. All right, let's start off with the home page. If you notice on the home page, on the right side in the red that I marked, all of a sudden my contacts popped up, and so did my pages, which is fine maybe on my personal home page, but I really didn't want these on my business home page. So I started digging around. Where could I change this? So I did find the answer. It's simple. You go down to the bottom. You can see where I highlighted there in red. It says options. You click on the gear button, and there it is. Lo and behold, hide sidebar. There's also a lot of other good things in here that you might want to look at just to see what they do. Once I start figuring everything out, I'll probably make some other videos on this also. Okay, another good feature that they've added is if you go up to the top by the red rectangle I have there by the drop down arrow, it shows your pages and business manager now. Also, they put settings in there so you can see it, and you can also look at other things, your groups, manage ads, activity log, things that were really hard to find before. This works very well. The only tip I have for you though is that under business manager, once you go there, it seems to me hard to get back to your business homepage. So what I did is I put a link on my homepage on my toolbar so that I can always get back to it. You can see it on the left side where the little Facebook icon is that I have grayed out there. That's a link to my business homepage. Makes it easy to get to no matter where I'm at. And also settings on here is very convenient. All right, talk about settings. So here we have two important settings that I had to set. One was profanity filter, and I set it to the strongest that they had within Facebook. But I found out because I have a talk page that it wasn't quite strong enough for for my needs. If you look at right above their page moderation, I have items in there that I had to actually add that weren't in Facebook's default strong filter. Some of the words were POS. We all know what that means. STFU. We know what that means. There's some other ones in there. If you increase your screen or zoom in, you can see them. And people it's amazing what they do to get around being polite or even just common courtesy. So that's a very handy feature to use. Okay, the next thing I wanted to real quick about again is how to ban a user. So if you go to settings, you'll see on the left-hand side, if you scroll down, people and other pages. If you click on that, it'll bring you over to a default that says only people who like this page. But if you click on that, there's a little arrow down key to click on. It'll give you three other options. People who follow this page, pages that like this page, and banned people and pages. And this is where you can actually ban a user. It's getting to be a lot easier than it was in the past. This is an example of mine. If you look, it kind of goes below the window because I've got too many of them in there that I had to ban because of inappropriate language primarily. But if you go to the bottom of yours, if it's long, if it's not, you'll see this. You can go plus ban a person. All you have to do when you hit plus ban a person is put in the person's name, and you can cut and paste it from one of your posts or wherever it is. But be careful, because if you put in something like Charles Smith, which is not me, but that is my first name, you're going to get hundreds of them. So what you would have to do is match up their profile icon to find the right person. And you can see near the top of my page where my name is Charles and my icon, my profile icon is. You have to match that up to be able to ban the appropriate person. If you don't do that, you're going to be banning people you don't really intend to ban. So that's just a tip for you. Okay, next thing, publishing tools, which is quite handy now, and I'm using it more and more because it allows me to do draft posts, and I can kind of edit and do a whole bunch of things without having to worry about it being published. Although there are some things you need to watch out for. So if you click on publishing tools, you'll see here posts that I have highlighted, and you got published, scheduled, drafts, and expiring. We're just going to highlight on drafts, and you can kind of look at the others at your convenience. And as I get more into this, I'll probably publish some other help and how-to videos also. So if you click on drafts, it'll take you to this page, and then you have the create option on the right side. So once you hit create, it comes up, and in this one, I just put in some fake text here. This is a test for the slideshow video. And you can see at the bottom there, you can save it as a draft. You can add your photos and anything else you would normally do on a post here and just save it as a draft so it's not published while you think about it, or maybe you want to come back and make some updates a couple of times. So I saved it as draft, and then I immediately opened it again from the drafts folder, and it pops back up. And you notice on the top right there it says draft, and then you have an edit icon, but you also have a pull down menu right next to it. This is where you have to be careful. So if you accidentally hit the pull down menu instead of edit, it's going to give you 4 choices: publish, schedule, backdate, and delete. None of these are edit. So that's not what you're looking for if you're going in to try and change your post. You need to make sure you hit the edit and not the drop down. First time I did this, it was a little bit confusing. Okay, now once you've done that and you brought it up for editing again, now you can make any changes you want, and you can go to photos and delete them, add new ones, whatever it might be that you want to do. But you'll notice now at the bottom page, it says share now. Well, I'm not ready to share. I'm just making an edit and I want to come back and edit again. So I had to start looking around. I said, well, I don't want to share this. I was careful. I don't want to post something that I'm not ready for. And I did accidentally post something and I had to immediately delete it. But what you need to look for is you'll see right above the share now, there's another share now in the black letters. And then that brings you a drop down where you can hit now, schedule, backdate, or save. So what you want to do here is hit save. If you hit save, you'll notice now the blue bar changes to save as a draft. And this is how you would resave your draft again. Be careful in this area because you end up publishing things you really don't intend to publish. All right, let's go a couple things here so we can wrap this up for this time. If you want to ban somebody, delete somebody, or hide or report them, I'm just going to go through this quickly. So if you look what I have highlighted, the bell, that's where people, it's showing you that there's 2 people that have clicked on an icon, a happy face or a grumpy face, or made a comment. So I need to look at that and see what is in there. So once you click on that, it'll bring you down a list. You can see here, mine's all blacked out or grayed out because I don't want to put anybody's personal information on here, but you would be able to see the posts. And at this point in time, you would go ahead and select the post you want to look at. And that way you can look at the comments, and you can also see if they hit the happy posts or icons or the angry ones. So go ahead and click on one of those posts. Now, what'll happen is, and this happens randomly, I'm not sure why, but sometimes it brings up my post on the left and it's all grayed out, and then a little bit of the post on the right. And I really don't get to see the people. So what I have to do is scroll down to if you see the 471 on the screen down on the right side, lower side of it, it tells you that there's 471 people. You hit that number and it will bring it up for you to be able to look at those posts. And then you can go ahead and take the necessary action. But normally this doesn't happen. The normal thing that happens is it brings up a list of all the people that have been making comments on your post. So here it is, and you can see I've got people that I invited already that liked my page, and you go down, there's people that will show that they had angry faces and different things. But if you go to the gear icon, you can go ahead and ban a user right from your post, and you hit ban from the page, and they're no longer then allowed to come back to your page. Just be careful. You don't want to ban people by accident. Okay, one other quick item, and that's if you go directly to the post. So if in the middle of the page here you see down at the bottom it says view 2 more comments. That's 2 comments of people that have made against the post that's right above it. Kind of hard explaining this stuff, not being able to show you the actual pictures and stuff because of privacy. But will continue anyways. So once you do that and you find that user's comments, you click on the three little dots and you have three options: delete, hide a comment, or you can find support or report the comment. And I covered that in detail, those three options, in my previous video if you want to go ahead and look at that. But it's very handy to get rid of inappropriate posts and antagonizing customers. So that's very handy feature. So it's good to know, and I hope you don't have to use it, but it's there if you need it. Okay, this was a quick one, and I'm trying to keep working on getting better on this. I know I'm not the greatest speaker in the world, but I'm trying to make this easy to follow, and I'm trying to make it so that you come back because I want you to have a good customer experience. If you can just leave me some comments on what you think, I would appreciate it. If you don't like my voice, I can maybe synthesize it. Maybe I'm going too fast, too slow. Just let me know. But I appreciate any comments you could leave. But have a good day. Signing off, Charlie.